Good morning. This is your favorite tutor, Yomi Omorewa. Yomi Omorewa is a science tutor who teaches maths, physics, chemistry, and further mathematics. In case you are new on my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and share what you have learned with your friends, your family members, and also click the notification bell so anytime I upload any new videos, you will be notified and then you can learn a lot of subjects on my YouTube channel, particularly those in the sciences. I have another um, questions I'll be treating this morning, and it's questions on change of subject formula and set theory. Set theory. Let me write it well on set theory. Okay, here we have the first question. The question says, if P is equal to bracket Q bracket R minus T bracket close over 15, and then you have the bigger bracket close over 1 over 3, make T subject of formula. It could be make T subject of relation. To make something subject of formula is to make it to stand alone, and then if you have that thing appearing twice, you must do and make sure you eliminate until that thing stands alone and is not found at the other side of it. It stands alone and is not found at the other side if it's appearing two times. So here, as a stand, P is the subject of formula, but we want to make T subject of formula. How do we do that? I can solve this question in different way, more than one way, but what is the easiest way of tackling a question like this? So I will simply do this, and I'd like you to follow. I'm going to solve this question. So it's very simple. So to solve this now, what I will simply do is to 1 over 3, I'll use it to so open this bigger bracket here. So I will open the bigger bracket. So, and to do that, I will have this. So it will be minus T over. And so if this multiply this, some students make the mistake of using numerator to multiply something like that. That's wrong. It's 1 times what is up, it gives you the same thing. You discover I did not change it. But 15 times 3, that's going to give me 45. And that's what I will have. And that's quite simple. Okay, so you could see now that 3 times 15. So the next thing is to cross multiply. If you cross multiply carefully, this will go. So you have this now. I will have this, and then this will not give me this. That's what you're going to have. That's what you're going to have. And so we can open the bracket now. Open the bracket. We have this minus this. We have this minus this equals 45p. I'm sure this is simple enough. So do not forget that I'm asked to make this subject of formula. And if I'm going to do that correctly, what do I do now? I will isolate it. So we call that color like things, or you isolate it. Now, how do I isolate it? So I will have something like this. I'll bring in this one in. So I will have 45. I will have 45. So it will be 45. And then I'll take this one here. It will be Q what? T. That's what you're going to have there. It will be QT. So that's what we're going to have. And then what do I do next? I want to make sure that I make this subject of formula. I want to make it subject of formula. So to do that correctly, I will just simply say that QT is equals to QR minus 4, 5 this. Divide both sides by Q. You have this. I'm dividing both sides by Q. Do not forget that. I'm dividing both sides by Q. Do not forget that. So this will give me this. Q cancel Q. Therefore, my T is QR minus 45P over Q. That's it, and that's done. So I've made T successfully the subject of formula. So whenever you are given question on subject of formula, do everything to simplify and isolate the question. Okay. So that takes me to the second question now, which has to do with set theory, set theory. And in this one now, I'm going to solve in another sheet. In a survey of 200 students of a school, it was found that 120 students, 120 study mathematics, 90 study physics, and 70 study chemistry. 40 study mathematics and physics, 30 study physics and chemistry, 50 study chemistry and mathematics, and 20 study 20 study none of these subjects. The number of students who study all the three subjects is dash. So we are looking for the intersection of all. Two, find the number of students that study chemistry only. So this is something I'll quickly rush now in the next few minutes. So do not forget the question. The question is saying that as I'm solving, I'll be explaining. As I'm solving, I'll be explaining the question. So the first thing you do as a student is you can decide to draw your Venn diagram, draw your Venn diagram. So my Venn diagram is not too neat enough. Okay, so now then we're told that 120 students, that's the universal set. So I have the universal set to be 120. In a survey, okay, it's 200 actually. It's 200. It said 200 students. That's the universal set, 200 students. So in a survey of 200 students, it was found that 120 study mathematics. So 120 that study mathematics, 120 that study mathematics. So let M be mathematics. Let M be mathematics. And then 90 study physics. Let P be physics. And 70 study chemistry. Let C be chemistry. We're told that 40 study mathematics, that is mathematics and what now? Mathematics and physics. Now I told my student, if the question has said 40 study mathematics and physics only, this is how I would have written it. This is how I would have written it. Suppose the question says 40 study mathematics and physics only. This would have been the correct way to express it or write it, because the point means complement. Okay. But now we are not told that it is only mathematics and physics. Hence, I'm writing it this way. Please, this is so important you note. Okay, so I'm sure that's very clear. Then 30 study physics, 30 study physics and chemistry. I'll be rushing the solving now because of time. And then we are told that 50 study 50 study chemistry and mathematics. 50 study chemistry and mathematics. 50 study. And then the last part says none. 20 study none. That is M, union physics, union chemistry, or prime equals to 20. Now, according to the man called De Morgans, it can either be expressed like that, or you can express it, like this too. Is allowed, is allowed, is allowed. That is like this. Both of them implies the same thing. Either you express it this way, or you express it this way according to De Morgan's rule. Now, the next thing I want to do is the question now, we cannot express it here on the, so let the number of those that do both, that do the three subjects be X. The number of those who offer or study the three subjects, let it be X. So we use X. That represents the number of those who offer or who study the three subjects. And then I can locate that inside here. So this is my mathematics, this is my physics, and this is my chemistry. Now, quickly, if I want to find the number of students that offer this and this only, that is mathematics and physics only, what do I do? To find the number of those who offer mathematics and physics only, I'll just simply come here and say, okay, so it will now be this minus this. So that's how, so it will be 40 here minus X. How do we do that? Let me show you. So the number of those who offer physics only, mathematics and physics only, that's this. This is the formula we normally use. Minus, and that is 40 minus X. That's what is here, 40 minus S. I didn't write it well. The diagram is quite small. So that's what you have there. Then the number of these only that offer physics and chemistry only, that offer physics and chemistry only, that is 30 minus x2, using this formula now, using this formula that I have on the board. So then the number that offer chemistry and mathematics only, chemistry and mathematics only, following what I just taught now, it, you can still do it. Let me just still show the formula for those who may be confused, and then you find the intersection. So it's still the same thing. There's no point repeating it over and over again. So you have 50 minus X. So you could locate them. That is for physics and chemistry. Physics and chemistry, that's for, that's 30 minus X. And then y for chemistry and mathematics, that is 50 minus X. Do not mind my diagram. The diagram is not so, but I'm already expressing it here. Now that is correctly done already. Then we want to find the number that offer mathematics only. Mathematics only, that is M only. To find the number that offer mathematics only is to say 120 minus all the parameters that are around mathematics here. Are you seeing now? Are you seeing the way I'm doing it? So, and that is 40 minus X plus X plus 50 minus X. Please, this is so important. Many students do not understand this part. Okay, so add this together now. That's 90 minus plus X, that we cancel out, and then you are left with minus X. And so this will give you this 120 minus 90 plus X, and that is 30 plus X. So the number that offer mathematics only is 30 plus X. So you can see the way I got it now. And then let me find physics only. That's P only. That's P only. To get P only, that's 90. That's 90 minus P only. So you go to all the P. The P, this is a part of P. Please take note of that. That is 40 minus X, 30 minus X. So you have 90. Add this together, that's 70. Then, oh, sorry, I omitted one X. The X I omitted is this. So here X plus S will cancel. So you are left with minus X here because this minus X plus S will go. So you have 90, 70 plus X, and that is 20 plus X, and that is 20 plus X now. So I'm coming to the last one here. To do the last one, that is chemistry only, C only. That is C only. To do C only, which is chemistry only now, you come to chemistry, that is 70. Chemistry is 70. And then you look at all the part of chemistry. Look at my hand now. Look at this place. And that's 50 minus X plus 30 minus X. If you can understand this part, this thing I'm explaining to you, students, if you can get it, you'll discover that you have solved a major problem in set theory. This will cancel out. So you have minus S equals to D. So 70, this is for chemistry. I said, so it's going to be minus what now? We have minus 80 plus X minus 18. So this will give us X minus 10. So this is X minus 10 here. So we have X minus 10. We have X minus 10. Do not forget that. X minus 10. Okay. Now we are done with that. We are done with that. In a survey, now let's go back to the question. In a survey of 200 students, it was found that 120 study mathematics, 90 study physics, and 70 study chemistry. Okay. 70 study chemistry. Okay, so now look at it now. So this is what I'm having because this minus this, then I turn it the other way around because 70 minus 80 is minus 10. So X minus 10, that's how it is. So we put it there. So this is page 1. I'm sure that's clear because I want to move to page 2 as I round off the solving. Now, what's the next thing? I will add everything in the Venn diagram, and that will give me my final solving. So let me do that quickly as we close. Now, let me show you again what we have in the diagram. So this is what I now have in the diagram. This is what I have. This is mathematics. This is physics. And this is chemistry. So the diagram now is 30 plus X. This is 20 plus X. And this is X minus 10. X we don't know here, and this is 50 minus X, and this is 40 minus X, and this is 30 minus X. So this is what we have. And then we are told that 22 does not like anything. So it will be in the 22, or is it 20? Okay, 20. Sorry about that. 20 does not study any of the subjects, so it will be outside. It will be outside. So to solve correctly now, so our universal set was given to be 200. So we have 30 plus X. We bring everything together, and then 20 plus X. The first one is 30 plus X, and then the next one is X minus 10, and then we come to this. Excuse me, please. Then we have 50 minus X plus. So I put this, 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 and then I have 30 minus X, then plus X equals to 200. So we need to add quickly. Yes, plus this, that's 15. Minus this, that's 40. 80, 80, 130, 130, and this is what now? 130, and that's 160. I repeat, 30, 30, 20, that's 50, that's 40, that's 80, that's 130, that's 160. So we have 160 here. Then x plus x, 2x, that's 3x, that's 3x. Okay, that's how many 3x we have? So this s, we cancel this x, we cancel. Please be looking at what I'm doing now. This x, we cancel this x. This other x, we cancel the second x here. And then this x again, we cancel this x. So we are now left with this x equals to 200. So my x therefore is 200 minus 160. So x therefore is 40. So the number that study the three subjects is 40. The number that study the three subjects is 40. But the question, that's for question 1. Question 2 says, that's the closing part now. The question 2 says, do not forget what the question says. Do not forget what the question says. This is the question. So we should find the number of students who study all the three subjects. I've done that now, and I got what? 40. Then the second part says I should find the number of students that study chemistry only. Chemistry only. So chemistry only is, look at chemistry only. This is chemistry only. And what is x? X is 40 minus 10. So the number that study chemistry only is 30. This is the end of the solving. I'm sure that's very, very clear. In case you are still confused, in case you're not clear with my solving, you are free to drop it in the comment section, any observation. So I have to show you the question and how I solve it. So look at it now. Look at where I went, and then look at where I ended the solving. God bless you. Bye.